Hello, everyone. Look at me, y'all. Wait a minute. My hair is wet and it look at all that. It's early and them boobies is just hanging. Hold on, give me a minute. Them boobies is hanging, honey, hanging. They all wet. Okay, so this morning, right? This is a redo episode because of me, because my dumb ass deleted my live IG with her. It was a really good episode, but so I was like, okay, I gotta get Heaven back on here, and Heaven's in Atlanta. No, Heaven's in LA. So I was like, thinking of the time, y'all. Let me tell you how much she loves me. She's getting on now. She is really dedicated to just everything she does. It is 5 something over there. Like it is 5 a.m. I'm like, what the hell are you doing up? She's like, girl, I'm about to go work out. So this is just like, just thankful that she is redoing this with me. Thankful for the connections I've been making. I'm just thankful. Just really thankful. So we're gonna wait for the boo to get on here. Mm-hmm. That's better, honey. I was dripping. I know they was like, what is that on her damn shirt? Ain't got no bra on. Ain't putting no bra on. Don't care. So ain't. I was like, psh, long as they can't see all that and I'm covered up, y'all, I be too real sometimes. Y'all don't need to know all that. Oh. When I get off of this, though, I am going to go walk. I'm going to walk. I didn't get to do my meditation this morning, so I think I need to meditate a little bit so I can have a good day. There she go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get this right. Did I get it right? Did I put it on here?
Only you can see. You look okay.
Look at your background. What is that? I
Thank
love
you.
it.
This is my strong elephant. Okay, this tapestry lets me know that I got it all the time.
I love
And
it.
that
I
memory,
love it. I love
Gemini's
it.
got memories like an elephant. So
I love your backgrounds. I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but I just
mhm.
love seeing your backgrounds. I kept saying to myself, I wonder what she's gonna have in the background.
I'm gonna have to FaceTime you because you have iPhone, yes?
Yeah,
I'm gonna FaceTime you when we're done so I can show you my house so you can see all the tapestries that I have in here that are background material.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too. Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna start so we can talk. I got your number now, so I'll be
Yes.
texting you because I was like, oh my
Definitely.
gosh, why don't I have Heaven's number? I could just be texting her right now. But anyway,
Look, we still manage to get in touch, okay?
that's right, right. And you look good, by the way.
Girl,
Early
at
in the
5
morning,
a.m.,
boo boo.
listen, crust and well, no, my face is washed, my teeth is brushed, okay? So I'm like, we could hey.
I
Only
know
thing I
that's
didn't do
right.
was smoke my morning blunt, but it's okay.
Okay.
I still got it in the love. It's over here somewhere.
Okay. Well, hello. This
Hey.
is episode number 21, Being in Control versus Taking It Too Far. I'm your host, Britt, and I'm your podcast host today. And I have the lovely Miss Heaven as my guest today.
Hey.
I'm so excited to re-interview her again today.
Yes, okay.
So thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Boo.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah. What do you have going on today, this Saturday?
So, a day in LA for me on a Saturday looks like working out, okay? Getting things together like for the week. But
Mhm.
I try to do it Saturday because Sunday I like to rest and only
Right.
do like laundry, very light workouts, don't like to leave the house. I'm trying to get into this habit of only leaving the house if I need to.
On
Because I'll find a
Sundays?
reason to leave the house. One of my tennis bracelets just broke this morning, and I found a way to leave the house. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even supposed to be in the house. But a day in LA for me on a Saturday today just looks like relaxation, not being too hard on myself, giving myself grace. I've been really hard on myself this week, so I know that I need to take a back seat,
Right.
to the feelings and the emotions of the week, and just reflect on everything and just continue to grow from
I
that.
know that's right. I love that you are self-aware of your body, yourself, your surroundings. You know what fits you and what doesn't fit you. I love that. I love that.
Oh,
Everybody's
girl,
not
and
like
I'm
that.
not afraid anymore, of people's opinions and how they feel about it. Like before, I used to be very like, is this the right thing? Let me go ask 10 people, what should I be doing with my life? Let me go tell people I'm doing this now. Let me go tell people. And now I've gotten to this space where it's like, I just want to be so like into what I'm doing, not selfish, but
Right.
selfless, still selfless.
Right.
But I just don't want to feel the need someone to tell me like you're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to tell myself that.
Right. I don't know
Because
why
when we
we're
wait for
like
somebody
that.
to tell us, when you wait for somebody to pat you on the back,
You're gonna be
you don't
waiting.
know you don't know when they're gonna pat you on the back, because a lot of people will be happy for you and won't say it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because
And
they
then
like, I don't want to stroke your ego. I don't want to pump your head up. And it's like, if you feel inspired by somebody, or you feel like what they're doing or what they got going on is just, it looks really good and they're doing good, ain't nothing to tell somebody congratulations
that's
or
true.
pat yourself on the back. But I'll pat myself on the back now before I let somebody pat me on
Right.
the back.
I'll love on me.
Girl,
Love, love.
I'm gonna hug myself. Like I'm very, that's what I mean by into me. You know what I mean? Because I feel like as Geminis, we know this oh so well. We carry the energy of that physical touch. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That intimacy. Like
Yeah.
people always want to we're very welcoming, but we're so welcoming that we can welcome the wrong energies.
Oh gosh. Who you telling?
Okay.
Who
We
you
can
telling?
welcome the
I
wrong
don't know what
energies.
I think it's just that compassionate, lovable part of us that
They know the thing is, when the wrong energies come in for us, they attract our first side, right?
Mhm.
Our first side is the nice side. That's how we come off.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hi, that's us. We very sociable, we very
Yeah.
caring, we care about people, we're nurturers, we're right there, hands on. But that's the side the wrong energies see, and they latch onto it. So they'll stay around by saying nice things. They'll stay around by trying to do nice things, trying to buy our love and stuff. But when them smoky mirrors ain't so smoky,
Oh yeah, they
you
don't
be
want to
looking
be
at
with
that
us no
person
more.
like, you can't buy my love. Look, now Gemini be like, you can't buy my love. Like we
Yeah.
so that welcoming energy, I learned that, like you said, like it has to be sacred to you. You got to protect it. The first side of ourselves, the side we give off to people, that nice part of ourselves, we have to protect it, because I say as Geminis, it's easy for people to latch onto us.
That's true. So as you guys see, we both are Geminis. That's why I
Yes.
wanted to bring Heaven on the show, because we mesh so well. It's funny, Heaven, my best friend, her daughter is a Gemini. And and she's a Taurus. So when we was growing up, like we for some reason, sometimes we butt heads, we butt heads.
Yes.
She didn't understand, I guess, how one moment I'm this way and one moment I'm that way. So when her daughter was born in June, girl, I just got the biggest tickle off of that. I thought it was just so funny. I was like, hey, that's what you get.
But people say we're all over the place. But to be honest, the thing about Geminis is we don't bend. Like we want to flow so bad. We'll flow so bad we'll get solid. We won't even move with the wind. That's what a lot of people don't know. We won't move with the wind. So when people think we're being stubborn, we're being like the bad parts of ourselves, what they don't know is as soon as we get still, we looking at everything, including ourselves.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get the Gemini that's super duper serious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When we're in solid mode, we're serious. We don't want none of that. mess shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be funny today. We don't want to be goofy. We don't want to be the life of the party. Like, we're serious.
Right.
People don't serious side of Geminis, because when you get serious, people take it as anger, because we're not talking. We really don't have much to say. And people
look at your face.
You're
saying it all.
Yes, because people take it as like, oh, I did something. What did I do? And it's like, because Geminis can carry that energy of changing the room.
Right.
Okay. Because when a Gemini is not talking, I don't know why. This is how we carry the energy that people need in their lives, whether it's hot or cold. Is because when we happy, people gravitate to us. When we mad, people gravitate to us. Yeah. It's like, can we get some space?
Yeah.
Can we get some space? It's like, because when we're not happy, people be like, oh my God, what's wrong? Oh my God, you have to be happy. And it's like, we're human. Okay.
Yeah. That's true. We're true.
Human. And air signs do not get enough praise for trying to keep people comfortable when we're uncomfortable. Because it's a constant thing that we're still telling people, like, it's not you. It's not you. You get to a point where you're like, I shouldn't even have to keep saying that shit.
No, you shouldn't. It's you.
Like, if you know it ain't you, like, how did we get here?
I know. Oh, hey, boo, look, check the connection. Make sure we good. You went in and out a little bit. So I just want to make sure you hearing me as far as...
Oh, no, you're good. I can hear you. I have my Wi-Fi on and everything.
Okay. Because I know I'm in the country. So sometimes I be talking and I'll be like, dang, I forget that sometimes depends on where I'm at, it might go out. But
yeah, oh no, you're okay. It's good on my end.
Okay. So
I can see you and I can hear you.
Hey, okay. So with episode 21, being in control versus taking it too far. Before I go into that, I do want to introduce you a little bit. Y'all, I've been talking to Heaven for a couple of weeks. Her spirit is amazing. I love her already. I'm definitely going to stay in contact with her. I love the people I've been meeting on this show. Like, I'm very selective, Heaven. I'll be like, no. I got to vibe with you. Definitely got to vibe with you. But I admire you. Heaven has a podcast too, guys. Her podcast, Heaven's World Podcast. It's a mental health podcast as well. It is located on Anchor. Are you on Apple? Let us know about your podcast, and also let us know what else you got going on.
Okay, so Heaven's World was created September 29th, 2019. I actually, before I created the podcast, I had journaled about it in June of 2019, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a podcast. I want to talk. And this was when I was working at Starbucks.
Okay. Oh yeah, we worked at Starbucks together too.
Yes.
Well, not together, but we both are coming from the Starbucks world, so we know the lingo and everything.
Okay, that three year barista title, I carry it. Okay, if you need a drink, let me know. But because I still got the recipes on the back of my hand, because
you can do them in your sleep.
Okay? I'll be letting people know. But Heaven's World was created because I feel like, being an open-minded person like I am, I always want to share the things that I learn. I want to share the things that I'm thinking about. I want to share things that other people have taught me. And it's because I feel like, sometimes we don't know the right words to say. We don't know how to handle certain situations. But when you hear someone that has either been through something like yours, or even, having other people on our shows, speaking of things, it's like when you hear somebody that's been through it and that it resonates with you, or, you can feel that, it makes it seem like, as a human, you are not alone.
Right.
And because I know what feeling alone and detachment and all the different syndromes, okay? Imposter syndrome was one of them. That's why I felt the need to podcast, because it's like, when you don't know, like, how to maneuver in life, and you feel alone, it can make life seem like it never gets better.
That's true.
So I created my podcast for the people that need that extra push in life, to let you know that life does get better. And I'm not saying roll with the punches, because you don't gotta roll with the punches at all, but you can see that somebody's trying to punch you, and you can figure out how to defend yourself. And that goes for everything in life, you know?
Right.
Like a lot of things are preventative, you know, because we get into our egos, we get outside, we get into our ways. And I basically made my podcast for people that are in their world, okay, creating what they want and realizing that we're in the world and we're not of it.
That is so true.
And that comes from Nip.
But I was gonna say I love that. I love that.
Yes. So I created my podcast for the open-minded, the ones that are afraid to think. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's big that people really understand that if you're afraid of your thoughts, that's worse than being afraid of what's coming to you outside.
Yeah, that's true. I love the title. I love Heaven's World because sometimes we don't realize that we are always in our own little world.
Yes. When I'm in here, when I'm in home, that's my world.
Yeah.
When I'm outside, I'm of the world. I'm in the world with everybody else. So I think the reason why it's hard for people to get along outside is because people think that people are in their world when they're outside, but we're not.
No.
We are all in it together when we outside.
That's true. That's true.
know, so I'm big on, if you see somebody that needs some help, help them. Do what you can do.
Yep.
When you outside, do what you can do. When you go outside in the world, you should be inspired. You shouldn't get envious. You shouldn't be jealous because it happens. I've been there. I don't walked outside and looked at somebody and was like, you know what I'm saying? You frown your face up. You start dissecting their whole life. How you afforded that? Like, you know what I'm saying? You start going into things that ain't none of your business. So
it's funny you said that. I started seeing that a lot in our culture. I don't know if we can necessarily help it or think it's different when we're self-aware of it versus like we keep doing it.
Well, you know what? We can help it. The only reason why it's hard for people to help it is because they get caught up in society. They get caught up in what the government got going on. They get caught up in what somebody else said. A lot of people are built up off of compliments. They're built up off what somebody else tells them. So when you go outside, you are of the world. When you go outside, if you're made up of compliments, you're made up of validation, you're made up of opinions. When you go outside, you become all that.
That's true. That's true.
If you need people like Tinkerbell, she needs compliments to stay alive. You get what I'm saying? And that's literally the society we stay in. You have people that go outside and be like, you have people that can be on this in this metaverse, right?
Right.
And they're so popular. You're like, oh my God, they're so popular. You see them in Target and you're like, you don't look like that. You don't look like that. What? And then you see that some people make their personalities on their phones, and when they go outside, they don't have one.
No, honey, that social media thing is a mess. It's a mess. Yes. It's a good and a bad thing. I think you just need to learn how to control it. Once you learn what's it's for and using it for entertainment and business wise. I know for me, just because I want to keep my head in a certain place, I try not to scroll a lot. Just because I will if I'm feeling, I'm bored or I need something to do for a little bit, but I don't want to get so caught up in, but I love seeing what everybody, people.
But it's what you tell yourself, because I used to be caught up in this phone shit too. Sorry. I don't know. How do you
No, you're fine. You're fine.
How you feel about cussing?
You're fine.
Because girl, I be cussing on my podcast.
Girl, I cuss too. It's fine.
Okay, it's explicit. Hello.
Be you, do you, boo.
What I say is I used to be caught up on the phone too.
Right.
I used to just be scrolling for nothing. Then when I found myself scrolling to be petty, right? Like, you ever been looking for a meme? Jesus Christ. Be really looking, okay? I'll go from Justin LA's page. I'll go to the niggas be broke okay page. Look, give me the best meme so I could hurt this boy feelings. And so now I'm like, listen, it has to be intent. But you know what? Really, honestly, if society and social media did not make it to where people have to turn every damn thing into money,
right,
we would be able to enjoy these things. Because when we was younger, we was able to enjoy the phones.
I don't even remember being on a phone.
Right. Look what I got on my phone. Nobody had, when I was a teenager, we went from, of course, the flip phones to a Sidekick LXs to the G1s to all the different phones, right?
Right.
When I was a teenager, everybody had a different phone. Nobody was stuck on one phone.
Mm-hmm.
This generation is so stuck on, if you ain't got no iPhone, you broke. Like,
oh gosh.
I mean, if you have first off, because one thing we gotta put into motion is, this is why it's important for people to go out. When they go outside, they know who they are, because when you go outside, you looking at the look and the aesthetic of people. You don't know what goes on the inside.
No, you don't.
You don't know. You might see somebody in a Bentley truck, outfit fly. You see them posting money, and you don't even know that deep inside
they messed
struggling
up.
to keep it. They
Girl.
struggling to keep it. You
or you can see, you could be sitting beside a millionaire in plain clothes, regular shoes, regular car. I've been there. I have. Like, it made me look at stuff totally different. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this man got a whole bunch of money. Even just being in a room with some millionaires. Heaven, I done been in a room with some, and I kind of shrinked a little bit, because, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to act. Like, I don't know what to do. But they regular just like us.
They're people just like us. I meet wealthy people too, right? And I had a wealthy man tell me, when I was a mail carrier, of course, you meet all types of people, but I delivered mail in like the upper echelon areas, in like Beverly Hills towards Santa Monica. And so I had a customer tell me, he goes, he said, people think I bought all this on personal credit. He said, I did all this on business credit. He said, you are not supposed to use your personal credit. He said, you will waste your entire life trying to make sure you have an 800 credit score when you need to just open a business, make it up. He said, get an LLC, trademark it. He said, and then just make business tax on that. Start doing everything business. He said, that's how you do it. He said, you want to know why the rich got to keep working? He said, because they don't know they don't know how to put their money away. He said, wealthy people, we invested in so many different things. He said, yeah, my house, he said, let me tell you, I am, at the time he was turning 50. He said, I didn't get my life together until I was 36. He said, a lot of people think you're supposed to have it done already. He said, no. He said, wealthy people don't have to work. Rich people do. He said, so when you are focusing, feel better. He said, when you're focusing on money, he said, you will never have it.
Right. I believe it.
Let me tell you, I had a Uber. My Uber driver, when I used to work at Starbucks, told me this. I was headed to work downtown LA, and he was older. I think he had to be like 64, right? And he was telling me, he goes, he asked me what I do, and I was saying a bunch of things. This is when I started my podcast. This is when I was like, I just started my podcast. I want to work this job. I'm doing this. And he's like, you're too busy. He said, you're too busy. He said, you kids have to learn how to make less more.
Yeah. Yeah. Focus on like one or two things. We try to focus on so many different things, and then we're spread thin, and then we can't accomplish like that one goal. And you can do one thing and kill that shit. Like, like rock it out.
Yes. And
but that's when we don't want to put the time in, sometimes we always like, okay, that's taking too long. Well, not necessarily thinking that, but okay, let me try something else that might kick off, because like we're a microwave society. I say that all the time. We want it to happen right then.
Yes. So, and he told me, he said, because when you make less more, you always have enough. I didn't apply that until this year. And I realized this within jobs. Like, we'll get a job and we want that one job to cover everything in our life. That's not realistic no more.
No.
That one job, you need a couple incomes.
Yeah, you got to have multiple streams of income. Honey, when I'm talking on the phone call, I'm on an accountability call in the mornings, Heaven. I talk to my God, and I'm really big on that now. And I always say I need multiple streams of income.
No, because let me tell you, so small things like, see, I feel like if it wasn't for social media influencers that want people to make, this is what I meant by that, when they want you to turn everything into money. A lot of these things are supposed to just be enjoyed and experienced. Right. You're not supposed to get money out of everything.
No.
See, when you want money out of everything, it might not happen like that.
No.
And then you're gonna be discouraged for what?
Yeah.
You got hobbies that you're passionate about, but all the things that you're passionate about do not have to turn into money. Like, I'm passionate about technology, computers. I'm very smart when it comes to, I have expertise with computers and anything that has to do with operations of the computer and databases. But Would I work in it? No, because I'm going to be overworked.
I was gonna say, come take my job because I hate that. Oh
You
my
hate your
God.
job?
Well, you might not like my job, but I'm a mortgage closer. But I'm on a computer, and I've always been.
I like that.
Girl, I
Listen, I
send it
love.
your.
But see, do you get to go look at the homes?
Yeah, I have. Well, not in this position, but the position
Okay.
I was in. But when I was in the office, I was in that role where I was going to do the appraisals with the team. That
See,
was
I love
fun.
that.
That
I
was
love
fun.
that.
That was
You
fun.
know what? Geminis, we can't sit still.
No.
That's not the reason why you don't like it. That's why I won't work in computers. I gotta sit still.
Girl, I'm
I
always
need variety. I need to be moving. I need a lot of things happening in order for me. Like the only time I like silence is when I'm in my house.
right.
When I go outside, I want the noise.
Yeah.
I want the theatrics. You know what I'm saying? I want that. I want, especially living in LA. It's always something to see.
I know it's beautiful. My brother lives up there. He's in Sherman Oaks. So
He's up. He's like maybe an hour away from me.
okay.
45 away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went there the first time last year. So I loved it. I never he's been trying to get me out there. And when he finally got me out there, he was like, I told you when you get out here, you ain't gonna want to leave. And I was just like, I went to him last because I wanted to go to the hood and do all that. And I know how my brother is. So I was like, let me go see him last. He a little bougie. So I know he's not gonna. I'm sorry, Ed. He hate when I call him bougie. It's not a bad thing. Like, but anyway, being in control versus taking it too far. Can you, before we go into that, I want to shout out Kid. I want to shout out, is it your sister Bree? I want to shout out Heaven's World because Heaven's World was on here deep, y'all. We went live, and I know Heaven's like, Brittany, stop saying that, but this is my second interview with her, and I love her to death because it's 5 something in the morning over there where she is, probably about 6 now or close to it, and she's getting back on here with me, and I just love her energy, and so I just want to shout out her Heaven's World. I just love you guys. They were deep.
And I got to shout out Truth Be Told podcast because it's our names that speak for itself, okay?
Yes.
Truth Be Told, you know you're going to find the truth there. Heaven's World, you like, I'm stepping into her world. I'm going to get whatever she's putting out.
I know that's right. So make sure you guys go like, share, and subscribe to both our podcasts. You see Truth Be Told podcast and you see Heaven's World. Give us some feedback. Let us know what we can do to support you guys. This is what we're doing it for.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify. That's where you can find me.
Yes, I love it all. I love it all. And I also want to shout out my sister-in-law too, because she was on here too. And she was like, I cannot wait to see the full episode. So we got to give her some juice, Heaven. Because she didn't get to hear everything.
We got it. Now you said the difference between being in control versus taking it too far. Mm-hmm. Okay, so from our last conversation, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up and say this. Being in control to me is when I'm able to balance what I'm feeling, right? And I'm also able to hold myself accountable to what I'm feeling. So say I stub my toe and I'm angry. I don't want nobody to talk to me. This is a small scenario. Because when I stub my toe, I don't want nobody to talk to me. But if I stub my toe and I don't want anybody talking to me, I'm in control of how I handle that pain.
Right.
You know? So because of that, I can say, don't talk to me. Mm-hmm. Or I can, when somebody asks, am I okay? I could lightly nod my head. Mm-hmm. You know? Because being in control is me nodding my head. Taking it too far is me saying, don't talk to me. Like, it's not their fault you stubbed your own toe. Why are you mad at them? Like, girl, don't take it too far. So that would be taking it too far to me. But I mean, I have a history of taking it too far. Everybody knows Geminis, we go take it too far. The only reason why Geminis take it too far, though, is because I truly feel that because we are so sweet, people think that it's like a game.
Yes.
And they want to see how far they can go with us. Mm-hmm. And we're not the ones to play with, because pushing a Gemini too far is like you basically standing at the tip of a mountain, like the tip top, and you thinking, I think I can stand here. And your ass fall.
Yeah, because we're going to go off on your ass.
Playing with a Gemini, okay? That gust of wind blew your ass off that motherfucking... right off that motherfucking... So, taking it too far for me is when I just know I'm cutting up. Like, literally acting a fool. Like, I could catch myself mid-acting a fool, and I'll still keep going.
Girl. And it's funny. Funny you
I'll
said
tell
that
myself
because
like, girl, stop. But then the girl stopped not loud enough, so I just keep going.
now you just then they be like, "What's wrong with heaven?" I told you. I told you. And that's
And
why you know what is
don't let me
funny.
cut up on somebody that couldn't wait for me to cut up on them.
Oh yeah, sometimes they bait you. You know,
They
sometimes we
love
get
that.
baited too.
They
Because it's
love
funny.
that.
I
People
wanted
love
to.
saying I told you so. You didn't tell them shit.
Nope. You didn't say nothing. And this is what I wanted to say that I said last time. You know, I definitely wanted to publicly apologize to my husband. Because this is an area that I still am working on. He has seen me being in control. I love the definition you gave. And then taking it too far. What I realized when we're being in control is we're just being self-aware.
Yes.
And when you're taking it too far, you don't see nothing but red. And so in that incident, you know, I was telling you about I went to my mother-in-law's 50th.
Yes.
And I gotta go back and tell you, yes, I did two-piece him. I really.
Oh wait, you did leave that out.
Yeah, I left that out. Okay, y'all. So let me just go back a little bit. I showed my butt. I'm gonna make a long story short. My mother-in-law's a Gemini too, so
she wanted to see it,
girl. So our personality, it meshed well, but when I'm mad and I'm pissed off, leave me alone. So pretty much I felt like I was put in a situation where my husband knew that his baby mother's grandmother was coming to the birthday party. I don't really care for her. My energy with her is not good. It still ain't good. Heaven, please pray for us, because that's the only thing that me and my husband really argue about. We don't argue about like infidelity, or we don't really even argue about money. And one thing that we argue about, we have a blended family, and so it's hard for me sometimes to see the other side, because when I see mess, it's just like, ugh, like.
But you know, you gotta don't let it be arguing. Let it be a difference in views.
Oh, right.
So how you word it is how it will flow. Okay. You know, if you say argue, you telling you letting the upper.
I know, and that's what my
friends told that me. You want to argue.
I know, so that's what my friends told me.
If you say me and my husband have a difference in views, that's a lot softer. So y'all not so hard on yourselves, because when you blend a family, I have not done it yet, but when you do blend a family, I believe that it comes with a lot more responsibility than y'all two just having a child.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to spread that love that you have for your own child with this person, with their kids as well.
Right.
So
and it's funny you said that, because I need you today, Lordy, because you can help me, because I'm going to a function today around them. And the more I'm growing up and in this being in control versus taking it too far situation, I'm trying to learn my triggers. And if it's a trigger for me, I don't want to be around it. But then I want to like show respect too. You get what I'm saying? Because it's no ill will feelings towards his daughter. I love his baby. I love her to death, just like she's mine. I think what it is that I can't take control of that like it's mine. It's funny. Like, it's just,
you got to take that back seat.
It's hard for me.
When you take the back seat, that middle console piece that's right there, you set that down. That'll separate how you feeling and what's reality to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because how you feeling is gonna be more. You're with the emotions right now of like, I want to go, but then I feel like this. You're not supposed to be in control of that.
No, I'm not.
The only thing you control is the love you got for that baby.
I know.
And that's it.
I know. That's so funny you said that. I know, because it'd be so much stuff I want my husband to do. I need his ass to speak up more. I need him to like, girl, I come from a daddy. My daddy was just, he didn't take no mess. You hear me? He had my mama and my stepmama. And look, this is what it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna be. And what sometimes you know how we women and the grandmas are like that too, honey. Keep the kid from the child, because you feel a certain type of way because of whatever, you know. And it's not just our generation. Them older cougars and them the ones where it's coming from.
I only don't know my daddy because my mom, because he cheated on my mom while she was pregnant with me. That's the only reason why I don't know my daddy, because she was so scorned.
Yeah.
Girl,
And see, that's
things like that.
It's hard, and I'm not, and it's not your mom's fault. It's just sometimes
No,
you don't
it is
know.
her fault. It's her fault.
Well, you can say that. That's your mom.
Let me tell you why it's her fault. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to a child, it's deeper than you.
Yeah, it is.
And when you bring a child into this world, this is why I don't have kids yet. Sidebar to what we're talking about. The reason why I don't have kids yet is because I believe in a two-parent home. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why I will not have kids. If a two-parent home is not what I'm seeing before a child is brought into it, then I don't want it. But my mom was wrong for that on many ways, because now you have a child in this world that doesn't know who their father is.
Right.
All because you was upset because he wanted to be with somebody else.
She just didn't know how to compartmentalize her emotions. She didn't know how to deal with that. And I don't know everything. I'm just like speaking on like, you know, on an outside level. As a mom, I have 2 baby fathers. And I know now that even though my oldest daughter's dad wasn't the best, he wasn't the best at all, I still couldn't handle
said it all.
He was a good dad in the house. Like I can't take that from him. He was a really good daddy in the house. But once we separated, our emotions, it was we didn't know how to co-parent. We still don't co-parent, but that's not my fault anymore. I leave the door open. Now I'm able to, even though he's never been like consistent in her life, I still leave the door open. Like, okay, if you ever want to, because she had a relationship with him, she knows who her daddy is. She knows who her stepdaddy is, you know? And so she's more closer to my husband, but in the end of the day, I don't want to take that from her because of the emotions that I had with him. Does that make sense?
And that's good. No, that's good that you don't want to do it, because the thing is, our generation got to switch what the old folks was doing, because what worked for the old folks back in the day, no diss to my granny, love her, still living, thank God. But I say that to say what worked for them, worked for them. Well, see, the reason why Black people are even 5, 10, 15 years behind in just family dynamics is because the old folks said this way is the best way, when that is not the way. See, if the old folks knew how to create their way, right, we would have actually had better family dynamics in the Black community.
Oh gosh, you're so true.
Because
generational curses that just went down the line.
Exactly. See, the reason why I say I blame my mom is because my mom pulled what my grandma would have pulled. You know, oh, my feelings is hurt, you can't see your baby. That's not valid enough.
But see, the grandma heaven that I'm talking about right now, she's 50-something years old. She does that too. And that's where the frustration for me with my husband and the whole scenario is, because I'm like, your baby is growing up. She's growing up. She's growing up. And like, I've been on all aspects of it. I was the stepchild. My daddy separated, got another family. My daddy just didn't let nobody bother us. So I do respect my husband when he like stands up and he's very defensive over his child. I get it. You know, I get defended sometimes because I'm like, well, damn, you can say this about Layla, which is my child, but why can't I say this? You bold, because you need to understand, like, some stuff I see, I'm not saying it from a bad place. I'm telling you, like, you already know where she come from.
How's your delivery?
Like this.
Listen, Geminis, when we passionate about what we talking about, it's gonna come off as yelling. It's gonna come off as violent, you know, it's gonna come off as talking at you, right? But we're not talking at you. You just coming from a place of like, you know, of growth when you think about it, because you want an understanding and you want it to flow like this, but let it versus trying to make it.
But it's been 10 years. What do I do? Because look, y'all, I know this.
Well, you already started good by praying,
right?
Because God, when you have God involved, it's gonna work out,
right? So
that's one. And two, another thing is give yourself grace. There's things that you're not going to know that you have to learn, you know? And on top of that, making a union, because the black home, to me, that's a good home. So in order for y'all to keep it good, the best way for y'all to love on each other is to love the things that y'all don't like about each other. So if he feels like, I don't even know, but if he feels like your delivery's off or whatever, he need to love the fact that you're passionate about what you're talking about. So then your delivery won't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gotta love how he passionate about what he talking about, so then his delivery won't be a problem. Because when y'all look at it as passion, then you can see that a person talking to you from love. And when it comes from a man, men don't talk as emotional as women do.
No.
You're gonna get that tough love. He could
Yeah.
say, he could say, I don't know if he's saying this, but he could say, this is my motherfucking daughter.
Yeah.
And you like, why you gotta say motherfucking? But he's saying it like, this my motherfucking daughter. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to this one, this is what goes, and you don't got to do too much parenting when it comes to this one, because I got it.
I mean, he don't put me in my place, and that hurt. Like one time he said it, but he didn't say it all the way, Heaven. And I kind of was like, ooh, I was like, okay, well, please don't ask me. And then in my head, you know, I get defensive. Don't ask me. Don't ask me nothing. When the next episode, because it's gonna be a next episode. When the next episode come, I'm just gonna start saying,
Oh yeah, let people. Because what's your husband's sign?
He's Aquarius.
Aquarius and Gemini's just bump heads. So I want you to know it's in the cosmos with us. Okay, it's in the cosmos with us because we can have hella fun.
Yeah.
And it can get hella bad.
Right.
But that's that air sign thing, because you know Aquarius are the last of the air signs, so they get all the. Let me tell you. I'll tell you when Aquarius is. You know, you go to the dispensary and you got weed and you got shake, right? Aquarius are the shake of Geminis and Libras.
Oh Lordy, no.
So when I say that, I say they are not fully developed Aquarius until they mature, until they take accountability, until they come into understanding and understanding of themselves. That's everybody, but I'm only speaking to air signs because that's my niche. But they are the bottom of Geminis and Libras. So
that makes sense.
The reason why y'all bumping heads is because you see where he coming from, but you want him to see where you coming from. And that's where there's a problem, because Aquarius only see where they coming from. And when you try to tell them, it's taken as like combative. It's very combative. It's very, who are you to tell me anything type of thing.
Aquarius, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm really just going to go to a therapist. I mean, like a marriage counsel. Like, seriously. Like, I'm serious. We've been married for 2 years. There's nothing wrong with that. No, it's not. I just think somebody that don't know us and can come in and just give us like an honest opinion, so I can, because I want to make sure I'm coming at him and being in control versus taking it too far the right way. You know, I want to make sure that our family lasts and that I understand that this merry-go-round that we get on sometimes with this situation, I just want it to cease, because like I said, I'm growing and I'm in this space, and I don't want to get to a point to where I'm like, I don't care no more, or you know what? Because I can see it going that way.
Y'all gotta grow together, and the only way y'all gonna grow together is for the uncomfortable moments. Right? See, nothing is, and like we was talking about this earlier on the phone. When it comes to being perfect, nothing and nobody is perfect. Like, when we want things to work our way, that's us wanting things to be our way, and that's not the best way all the time.
No,
see, what happens in our head versus what's going on outside of it is two different things. Like, we could look at something and see it totally different from what it's happening as. And as Geminis, I will say, doing marriage counseling, any therapy type of thing where you can talk about how you feel to somebody is 100% helpful in any relationship. I feel like Geminis need therapy when everybody needs therapy. Black people need therapy.
Yes,
that's one. Okay, we need therapy. Period. We need Black therapists for one. We need Black psychologists. We need Black philosophers. Like, it's so much going on in our community that we need, because we don't even know how to handle one another with the proper care.
That's funny you said that.
Because of our family dynamics, though.
That's funny you said that. How do you feel about, I asked you this last time and we was talking about just relationships, about privacy. In our community, Black people, sometimes we don't believe in privacy. I don't know why. I think, like, especially when it comes to a relationship, I mean, use it as that. You feel like you're supposed to know everything with that other person. But once I got married, I promise you, I started kind of pulling back a little bit as far as even with that situation, because I don't want to know everything. Like, I got too much going on with what I got going on. So
it depends on what you want to know. So when it comes to relationships, even platonic or romantic, I say, careful of what you ask. Well, we already know as kids what they tell you when you grow up in a black home is careful what you ask for. You ask, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be careful what you ask for. Or, you know, knocking on the devil door long enough, the devil going to answer. We know those sayings.
Right.
So I say that to say, when it comes to those relationships, we get our understanding of relationships from TV, from social media, from magazines, from people. We don't get them from what they truly are. You know, people don't even know what a good relationship looks like because they don't know what it would feel like.
That's true.
You know,
so do you believe in going in your man's phone?
Looks like. You can see people dating and you like, oh my God, they look so happy. But see, a lot of the things that we look, this is why perspective is important, because what you looking at and what you feel are two different things.
Right.
And you can't let those align. Because if you let what you're looking at and what you think in align, you will be confused and you're going to confuse everything.
Okay, so answer this. Like we said last time, when it comes to privacy, how do you feel about going in your man's phone? How does that play a role?
The reason why I don't do the phone thing, and I told you this before, the reason why I don't do the phone thing is because if you are, I'm not afraid of the unknown like I used to be. No, I take that back. I'm learning because I don't even want to sit here and act polished because girl, it's very chipped. When I'm learning, I'm learning how to not be afraid of the unknown because what we don't know, if you think about it, when you're afraid of the unknown, you put in feelings into something you don't even know about.
That's true.
And that's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time.
Oh my God, you give me so much energy. And
you don't even know. So I don't go through the phones because I feel like I get better reception from God when I let people be who they are.
Yeah.
So if you hiding something, if you sneaky, if you weird, I don't gotta figure that out.
It's gonna come out.
If I notice it, I send that text up to God, like, listen, remove them.
Right.
Immediately. Immediately. Okay. That reception, that signal, strong. So the reason why I feel I don't need to make sure somebody is who they need to be to me is because you're gonna be who you are to you regardless.
That's true.
Who you are to me don't matter because that can change.
Yeah.
So I say.
So all you can do is worry about yourself.
You have to, because if you don't mind your business, that means somebody else is minding your business, and then that means what are you minding?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, the thing about it is social media made everybody so easily accessible.
Yeah.
To where people think that we are entitled to things of people, of others, and we're not.
No,
we're not. Because when it goes to going through somebody's phone, like trust is big, okay? And the Black community don't have it because you can do anything on that goddamn phone. Okay? Because look, I had a person I was dealing with, and I went through the nigga followers because I wanted to see, and I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing following all the celebrities I'm following?
Right.
And I know you don't know him. You don't even listen to him. What are you doing? Shit like that. Like,
get your head firing for no reason.
You know, just doing shit.
Girl.
So that's why I say, like, for me, privacy in the Black community is non-existent. We don't got it. Because you want to know how I know we don't got it? Because when people first meet you, the first thing they asking is how you make your money, just in a small way, by saying this. Oh, where you work?
Right.
You finna pay my bills? I'm confused.
None of your business. Honey,
and then when you tell people where you work, they like, well, how much you make? Skirt. How much your rent? Skirt.
Girl.
Like, what is happening? Why are these conversation pieces, y'all? Like, I can't stand when people be in other people's business so much. If I'm not asking you what you do for your life, if I'm not asking you how you breathe, when you wake up in the morning, you shouldn't be asking me where I lay my head, how I make my money, where I'm making my money. These things do not matter. But in the Black community, we are so gung-ho on nobody being better than me mentality that we want to know the stupidest parts of people.
Right. When we can all come together.
What somebody is doing outside of you will never, you know what I'm saying? Like, what somebody's doing outside of you will never matter what they're doing, with what they're doing to you, only because outside of you is what they're going to do regardless. What they doing to you is what you allow. That's the only separation.
That's true. Girl, you know, we could talk about this all day. We definitely could talk. I love this topic. That's why I was like, when I deleted the first one, I was like, oh my gosh, it was so good because everybody needs to realize how important it is being in control versus taking it too far. And when you're on this self journey, you're going to change so much. And I know me having just in a little bit of time, like even with my marriage and just my relationships, I see the change. You know, I see the growth. I see what I ain't going to allow. I ain't taking certain shit no more. And I love, because I love me. Like I love me more.
Love yourself so much that you allow people to love you though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you, that's probably the hardest thing when it comes to self-love. Because when you get into self-care, you get into this bubble and you start taking care of yourself that you like, you people can see it. You know what I'm saying? You could feel it. You could feel that this person has confidence, that they're not arrogant, that they're polished, they stand up straight, they stand up right, they keep their head up. They might go through something. You might see them going through something. They'll tell you about it after they got through it. Grace. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're right. That's something that Kid and Bree and all them said on the last show. We need to be more gracious to ourselves.
Yes,
we need to make and love the person that we see in the mirror, because like you guys said before, we've never been here. This is our first time here.
It's the first time. Yeah, how are you supposed to know how to carry a healthy marriage if you've never seen a healthy one?
That's true.
Before?
That's
how would
true.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to humble alpha female.
Let me tell you, when you go out today, because I want you to go out today. I want you to go. I want you to go be you, because your energy is still needed in certain spaces. Your husband still needs your energy there, because once y'all got married, y'all became one. Yeah. So if you see him, you see her. If you see her, you see him. That is how y'all gotta, flow with each other. What did Jay-Z say? I ain't going nowhere if me and my wife beefing.
Hey.
Okay, so same thing with you and him. Y'all, you don't want to have these ill feelings with him, and then y'all go out together, and then it comes out.
I know.
You're right. You want to enjoy yourself. Listen, don't be so focused on all that over there. Let him handle what he handles, and you handle what Shaw handle. Right. What's out of your control is the structure and the path of his daughter. Yeah. The only thing your position in that is to make sure that if she needs you, you're there. When he needs you, you're there. That's it. Okay. That's it.
I needed to hear that.
Because let me tell you, the reason why you got to give yourself grace is don't drive your marriage out the door. Black people, we are top with it. Well, no. Well, the Caucasians be doing too. But I'm speaking to Black.
You're right.
Will throw a whole relationship away. Something we should have worked on. We don't want to work on nothing. Look, we won't work on shit, but we'll go start something else.
That's true. And let me tell you, I love my baby. I love my husband. I love everything we've built. I'm thankful for him. I needed this talk with you today, and I hope that we help somebody else just to see it, because sometimes we don't see outside of what we got going on at Black and White, and it's always bigger than that. Yeah, and I know it's
for Black people. If anybody takes anything away from our conversation today, I hope that Black people can take away this. We got to treat each other better. We have to. Like, you can't think first off, nobody's better than nobody. Right. That's one. Nobody's better than nobody. I don't care what you have, because I've never seen a Louis Vuitton casket. I ain't never seen a Mercedes-Benz cemetery. I ain't never seen a Maybach fucking suit. Okay? Right. None of this shit matters. Right. Because when it's time for you to either go into that ground or turn back into dust, what you did and how you made other people feel will matter. Nobody, and I mean nobody, in my moments of being at funerals, whether it was from friends to family to extended friends, people, I have not ever heard somebody say, I'ma miss the way they drove that G-Wagon. I'ma miss that house she bought. I'ma miss that couch I sat on. No, they're gonna say, I miss you. I'm gonna miss that laugh. I'm gonna miss that grace. I'm gonna miss that smile. I'm gonna miss the things that we take advantage of and we take for granted every day are the things people are losing every day.
That's true.
I worked in 2 hospitals for cancer research, the Research Cancer Hospital in LA, and then Keck Medical Center. And I'm gonna tell you right now, being at both of those hospitals, I learned one thing, and that was to really enjoy life. A lot of people don't like the way I look at life. When they ask me, what are you doing? I say, I'm living life. They're like, what does that even mean? It
I'm
means
living
what it sounds
life.
like, right? It means what it sounds like only because we not here for a long time. But if I'm gonna be here
Right.
for a good time, I'm gonna make my time worth it.
That's right.
I don't watch people pass away. I don't watch people come into hospital. Like when I tell you what's on the other side of living your life, you're gonna be living for other people.
Yeah.
So it's important to not get stuck nowhere. It's important to look at people and be inspired. You should be inspired by your husband being a Black man. At how old is he?
He's 35.
God is good. He made it to 35. We know what happens to our Black men.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know Black people are hunted. We know our Black women come up missing. We know the Black kids come up missing and things like that. So this is why I say, as Black people, we have to really, really, really we need to tighten up.
Yeah, we do.
We need to tighten up. You know, like the old folks say, when you messing up, you gotta tighten up. You know,
I love those takeaways, Heaven. I appreciate you. I thank you for today. I'm definitely soaking in everything you said. I'm going to a baby shower later around my in-laws.
No, you're going to a baby shower, period. Not who you're around. Don't worry about that.
Right.
Don't worry about that. Worry about your energy that you bring. You think people, listen, your smile's beautiful. I can tell that you have a good aura. So when you go to this baby shower, just say, I'm going to the baby shower, period. The thing is, Geminis, we talk ourselves out of things before they even happen. Don't self-sabotage your day. Do not self-sabotage your day, okay?
Okay, they're going to be great, girl.
Yes, go have fun.
Yes.
Go have fun at this baby shower. Listen, I woke up this morning, and like I told you, my tennis bracelet was broken in half, and I just got it fixed, okay? I just got it fixed. I could have woke up and said, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be recording today. I'm not recording until I get my bracelet fixed. Girl.
You right. You right. I'm going to keep that flow. I'm going to keep that energy. Yes. I want to thank you today. Let everybody know before we go where they can find you at on social media.
You can find me at Heaven's World Podcast on Instagram. You can find me at Heaven's World Podcast on Twitter, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I don't know my Twitter name, but I think it's something Heaven's World. It got to be Heaven. No, it's Heaven's World, not podcast, just Heaven's World. I don't do Facebook because it's a lot of auntie uncles on there, and I am an auntie, so I ain't on there. But definitely Instagram, Heaven's World Podcast. That's where you can find me. And I love these discussions, Britt. I love them because the only thing we are doing is learning from one another.
That's right.
And iron sharpens iron, girl. So you know what I'm saying? In order for us to go up the ladder, we got to do it together.
That's right. That's right. And I love that. I love you. And I want to thank you again. We are signing out with episode number 21, Being in Control versus Taking It Too Far with Truth Be Told.
Yes.
You guys have a good evening. Bye, Heaven.